Theories of Intelligence by Hallie, Bertino, and Ruchita, Patel. I'm Mrs. Spearman. You may know me as the wife of Charles Spearman, who was a British psychologist. He would always explain to me that if you were bright in one area, you were usually bright in another. So, what are your thoughts, Miss Thurstone?
Oh wow, really? My husband would explain to me the 7 distinct kind of mental abilities for intelligence.
Really? What are they?
The 7 abilities are spatial ability, memory, perceptual speed, word fluency, numerical ability, reasoning, and verbal meaning.
I've been trying to teach myself about the contemporary theories.
Sounds like a great time. Anything new that you learned that you would possibly want to teach me?
Well, for starters, Robert Sternberg proposed the triarchic theory of intelligence.
Wait, who and what?
Robert Sternberg. He proposed the triarchic theory of intelligence. This theory says that the intelligence involves mental skills, insight, and creative adaptability, and environmental responsiveness.
I've heard of this before.
You have? There are 3 types of intelligences he looked deeply into. First, let's look at what analytical intelligence is. Working at American Eagle, when I first started there, I had to learn how to do everything from scratch. And usually, someone like a manager would explain to me what I needed to do and how I needed to do it. Learning all of these things helped me become a successful sales associate.
So it means you basically learn how to do things, get the knowledge from it, solve problems or tasks, and succeed with it?
But the second type we will be going over is creative intelligence.
Okay, my name is Ms. Hires. I teach fashion and interior design here at Eastern, and the goal of my class is for students to be able to apply all the tools they learn in class to projects creatively. So somebody like Hallie, who when she was in Fashion 1, she learned basic sewing skills like sewing a zipper, how to sew a hem, how to sew sleeves, and now she's applying all these skills to a creative project where she's going to design her own line of clothing based on something inspired by New York. So she decided to do the Central Park Zoo, and now she's making an entire clothing line based on that.
So you adjust to new tasks and respond greatly and adapt?
Thurston, but the third one is practical intelligence.
Hello?
Hey, are you going to that party tonight?
No, I can't. I have a really big research paper due tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Alright, well just text me if you decide to go.
Okay, I will. Bye.
See ya.
Okay.
And practical intelligence describes solutions to personal problems?
2,000 years later.
Now for our next theory, the theory of multiple intelligences, created by Howard Gardner, who believes that intelligence is made up of several distinct abilities. The theory closely explains that there isn't one intelligence, but there are many that are relatively independent of others. Howard Gardner lists 8 of them: logical mathematical, linguistic, spatial, musical, bodily kinesthetic, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and naturalistic. Logical mathematical intelligence is intelligence characterized by the capacity to use numbers, the ability to recognize patterns, reason, and think logically. Linguistic intelligence is relating to language or linguistics. Spatial intelligence is the use of geographic information by retailers and other businesses to understand and market to their customers. Musical intelligence is defined as intelligence characterized by sensitivity to sound, pitch, and rhythm. The 5th one is bodily kinesthetic, which is the ability to manipulate one's body in space. The way ballerinas and gymnasts move explain bodily kinesthetic very well because they can control their body in midair. The next one is interpersonal, not intrapersonal. This is people who have extraordinarily talented understanding and communicating with others.
I come as one, but I stand as 10,000.
Following interpersonal intelligence, we will be seeing what intrapersonal intelligence really is.
Hello, I'm John Bertino, owner of Black Tie Classics. I have over 700 cars on the internet this time, and knowing them like the back of my hand helps me to sell my cars and become successful.
So this one is about people who understand themselves and who use this knowledge effectively to attain their goals. Rank in this.
And the last one is naturalistic intelligence.
Hi, I'm Amy. By many times of trying to grow my own fruit and vegetables, I finally succeeded by learning the right amount of water and sunlight. Understanding the process of growing is key to being successful.
So this one helps you understand, relate to, and interact with nature.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Our last theory is the theory of intelligence. The theory of intelligence by Daniel Goleman refers to how effectively people perceive and understand their emotions, the emotions of others, and how they can manage their own emotional behavior.
How many emotional intelligences are there?
There are 5, and the first one we will be talking about is knowing one's own emotions. After being yelled at by a parent, usually they realize that they were wrong in the situation. Afterwards, they will normally apologize and make up, and that is knowing their own emotion.
So this one is the ability to monitor and recognize our own feelings.
This helps us with self-awareness in all dimensions of emotional intelligence. The second one we will be talking about is managing one's own emotions. Figuring out how to manage your own emotions could also be figuring out how to cope with your sadness. The way I cope with my sadness is either playing my guitar or writing in my journal. Lola, and I cope with sadness by rubbing my back on my dog bed.
Hi, my name is Krishna, and some ways I cope with stress and sadness are I look at problems as challenges, I avoid negative people, and I think positive.
Ability to control impulses, cope effectively with sadness, depression, and setbacks. The next one we will be talking about is using emotions to motivate oneself.
I can't do it. Wait, I can't. There you go. I can do this.
Fourth one we will be talking about is recognizing the emotion of other people. When my dog gives me this face, I know she's hungry. See, she's happy and she's wagging her tail now. Who's a good girl?
So this one's the ability to read subtle cues of what another person wants, needs, and feels.
And the last one is managing relationships.
I'm avoiding a party tonight because my friends told me there was going to be a huge fight and I don't want to be influenced.
We just went over a lot of information, didn't we? Let's recap on everything we just learned in this video.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Robert Sternberg proposed the triarchic theory of intelligence. This theory says that the intelligence involves mental skills, insight, and creative adaptability and environmental responsiveness. Howard Gardner proposed the theory of multiple intelligences. This theory says that there is not one intelligence, but there are many which are relatively independent of others. Daniel Goleman proposed the theory of intelligence, explaining how effectively people can perceive and understand their emotions, the emotions of others, and can manage their own emotional behavior.